Hello and welcome to my overall series review of Top Gear Series 28. Now, I said about a week ago on my YouTube community tab that I would be taking a break from doing these Top Gear reviews so I could focus on other things such as podcasts and Doctor Who. However, with the short amount of episodes that we have each series now, I consider it's about time to maybe change up the Top Gear series a little bit. Instead of doing consecutive week by week episodes, do one big yearly review of Top Gear when the series finishes. And in doing so, I'd like to start with Series 28, the most recent series of Top Gear on the BBC. Overall, I really enjoyed this series of Top Gear. The hosts were great. Chris Harris was fantastic. Paddy McGuinness was a great entertainment, and so was Freddie Flintoff. I think they really came into their own this series than they did Series 27, which I think was it 2 years ago at this stage? Yeah, it was. So 2 years on, and Paddy McGuinness and Freddie Flintoff finally settles the dust. Chris Harris is fantastic as always. Freddie Flintoff and Paddy McGuinness I wasn't so sure of when they were announced as hosts back in October of 2018 for Series 27. Given Paddy's sort of outlandish enthusiasm and almost noise, but I let them settle, and he's actually living up to my expectations. So I enjoy Paddy McGuinness as a Top Gear host. I didn't think he'd be the right fit for it, but anyway, there goes me, two years on, and he's fantastic. I didn't really know who Freddie Flintoff was, but give it 2 years and he's a bit like, well, you could describe him as Richard Hammond basically. But yeah, so what do I think of Top Gear Series 28? It's a fantastic series, phenomenal series, and by far probably one of the best series they've done, given that they're only 2 years of the job. As I said on Twitter earlier, it's probably the it's probably the most I've laughed since 2015's incarnation of Top Gear with Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond and James May, which is a good sign, which means that they keep the audience entertained for the hour, and it's really entertaining. It captivates them and pulls them in from the very beginning. Series 28 had an amass of views, has an amass of reviews even. So this episode we had a history on Colin McRae and the World Rally Championship. We also had a review of the BMW M8 Champion, and we were pitted against who the best emergency services were, the fire brigade, the ambulance or the police, with a series of challenges for them to undertake and see who was the fastest. Obviously it ended up being that the ambulance service were the fastest out of the police and the fire brigade, but to be honest I don't really know how they came to that conclusion when they said in the film previous that the police were faster. Now maybe the police were faster in the ricochet challenge, or car chain racing as they said, but maybe overall they were the overall winners, which they were. So, you know, kudos to them. let's see, what other reviews did we have this series? We had the BMW, the I think we had the McLaren, we had and we had a whole load. On a scale of 1 to 10, where would I put this? I would put this series up there with Series 12 of Doctor Who, along with, what other shows do I watch? Along with, if not slightly higher than the Grand Tour. Very good series, very good presenters, and I have news on Series 29 coming very shortly of BBC Top Gear. It is yet to be seen whether they stick to the 5 or 6 episodes a year, given that they will at some point later this year will be moving channels from BBC Two, where they've been home to for the last number of years, over to a new home on BBC One where they can branch out and grow more. So I'm hoping once they move to BBC One later this year, that we'll probably get a little bit more episodes and not just the standard 5 to 6 episodes a year from this new series, because I do miss when we used to get the 10-week run with Jeremy Clarkson, Mr. Hammond and James May during that era of Top Gear, and that seemed to have slipped once the 2015 series had finished. Overall, fantastic series. Can't wait for it to move to BBC One and hopefully see more episodes in the long run. But there will be more news on Series 29 and its move to BBC One very soon. I'll see you again shortly for another review of another TV series on another network. Bye bye for now, and I really do hope you enjoyed this series of Top Gear. If you have tuned in at any stage in the last 6 weeks, if not, you can always catch the series on iPlayer, and yeah, if you have been watching, let me know what you think, what you thought of the series in the comments below, and I'll be sure to respond to as many comments in the description as possible. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon for Top Gear Series 29.